Cole's already laughing at something.
Oh.
Comments?
Oh, I gotta get that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Backlash Day, evening, whatever you want to call it. This is a special edition of the Going Broadway podcast. My name is Alex. To my left is Cole. And as you can see, we have a special guest this evening. This is our buddy Austin, the one we have spoken so highly of in the past.
How's everyone doing?
I'm fine. Usually I'm the one that asks that question.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just messing with you. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Yeah, don't riot. Cole is not wearing a John Cena shirt. We did not plan our attire. I just wore this because this is literally my only WWE shirt that I have. Cole was kind enough to get this for me for my birthday. So, again, hope everyone out there is doing well, enjoying their Sunday evening.
I wore mine because I think somebody's about to show up tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You said that's your only WWE shirt?
It is.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, only WWE shop shirt. I mean, I've got some
okay.
others that are
Okay.
WWE affiliated.
Yeah.
Ish. Just a blanket good evening to everybody, and looks like Backlash is about ready to start. Bear with us. Again, we're just going to be kind of hanging out. This is going to be more informal than our normal podcasts, but we will hang out with you guys. We'll answer questions if you have any. We'll have live reactions, but in the meantime, like I said, guys, hang out with us, chat with us. We're going to be hanging out ourselves, chowing down on some food. I promise we won't eat right into the microphones, but we have a Bruins fan watching.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
So
Oh, the Blues are still the champs, by the way.
Ooh.
officially,
It's been over a year.
That's 2 years in a row.
no, they're gonna finish hockey
the
season.
Blues
I
are the
bet.
longest reigning Stanley Cup champions. Actually, probably no, never
Take
mind.
that.
They had I guess they had the, what, 04, 3 or 4. They had the NHL ban or whatever that was, where they stopped playing for half a year.
Michael,
The
I
player
will
ban.
wear my John Cena shirt tomorrow morning for tomorrow's show just for you.
Uh-oh.
I have 2 of them.
I wish I had that
Dude.
John Cena soundbite. I mean, I keep asking our IT guy to put it on here, and I just,
You let me know here in the chat. You want the Word Life one, or do you want the Champ is Here one? And I'll
Uh-oh.
wear it just for you.
All right. Well, like I said, guys, hang out with us. We're just going to watch Backlash and have a good time on our end. As you can see, it's behind me. I'm probably going to get a lot less views or a lot of people dropping off when I say this. We cannot actually put this on camera for copyright reasons, whatever the word is. So hopefully you're watching it on your end.
You can sign up for the WWE Network, though, and the first month's free, so you can watch Backlash.
Free for the first 30
Free for the
days.
first. I'm giving them free advertising.
But I think they dropped the first month free now that they did. Now that they have the free version. I don't think it's free for the first month anymore.
Sorry.
Oh, I forgot they went to.
All right, I'll wear Word Life tomorrow just for you, Michael.
But yeah, guys, hopefully you're watching it on your end. You'll have to bear with me because I'm gonna have to turn around periodically like this. It looks like we're opening with the women's tag title match. So
Alexa Nixie.
on that note, I'm going to
Nixie.
I'm going to
I like it.
turn this up.
Nixie.
Now, I will say we have no control over if the volume bleeds into the mic. So if you do pick it up,
We'll keep it low.
I got to turn it up a little bit more. But that's why I've got one ear in, one ear free. So, yeah, like I said, guys, just hang out with us. We'll answer some questions. We'll chat back and forth. And
Well, we need to talk about this guy who just said King Crobin is the next big thing.
Who's-
I like Crobin better than Corbin.
Who's King Crobin?
I like Crobin better than Corbin, so from now on, he is King Crobin from here on out.
Corbin's not even on the card, is he?
No,
For
I'm
the
so
first
happy
time.
about that,
Not
too.
officially.
I'm so happy
This might
about
be
that.
the first time that I can even think about it that he's not been on the card.
Oh, it's about to get iconic.
This was Cole and Austin's pick.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, look at the horns.
Oh, she's
Okay.
got-
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not brave enough to pick. I'm not brave enough to pick the Iconics. I'm sticking with my.
Sasha Bailey, right?
I'm sticking with my safe pick.
She's got the malevolence look going on.
Yeah, she does. You think they would have coordinated outfits, though?
No.
Like me and Alex. Just kidding. We did not plan this.
Y'all are being quiet. Matt says, "Do we Mickey James come back? Do you mean if Mickey James comes back?
Wait,
was that a rumor?
Probably not this match, but if that's a rumor, I didn't hear about it.
That's been a long time. Is she
I haven't
out on
read that.
injury? Or she just kind of just disappeared?
I agree with Tim. If the Fiend doesn't show up tonight, people are going to be mad.
Let's clear this up real quick. Heyman got released from his role as the Raw,
He's not executive director.
he's
of
not
Raw.
fired though. They said he's returning to his role as a character, which is a sign that he's either taking on a new talent or Brock is coming back. So
I haven't missed him.
No.
who has?
You almost forget about him.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, it's a tease.
That's a giant tease right off the bat.
Does anyone else think that Sasha Banks' promos are a little over the top sometimes?
You could
During-
tell she's acting.
During this, yes, I think without Bailey, her promos are phenomenal.
They seem
I feel like
very,
she's trying too hard to connect.
Yeah.
They seem very
Something.
forced and I think Bailey's took on her heel role pretty well over the last year, how long it's been.
She's come into it. She was kind of bad at first, and she's definitely settled down into that. But that's got to be hard when you come from a gimmick where you were literally hugging people.
Right. She was like the ultimate baby face.
Right. Yes, Thomas. I think tonight is the night that Sasha and Bailey split. I don't know who's turning on who, but I think tonight's the night that you see a split.
Well, I mean, if there's a tag title change, then yeah, it's going to happen.
And then maybe we'll have a repeat of that takeover match that was everyone was.
That's what everybody wants.
Lynn is still going with Nikki and Alexa.
I wouldn't mind that.
Hey, I mean,
I was like,
that's not a bad pick. No one in this match is really a bad pick. They all deserve, technically, a little bit of title run.
This is one thing we haven't talked about. It's been teased a little bit, but it's kind of swept under the rug. They've teased a little bit with the dissension between the Iconics a little bit. Could we see that tonight?
Yeah, I was talking to Austin about that before the show.
You think that Billie Kay could hold her own though as a singles wrestler?
No, Peyton Royce definitely.
Yeah.
Billie Kay, I think she would struggle. She's a better personality. She's not really impressed me much in the ring. Like Peyton Royce, I think has got decent ring talent and mic talent.
Billie Kay to me seems to over exaggerate everything when she's in the ring. She just
Which is great.
flops around and yells and
Can be helpful with the kind of gimmick they run, I guess.
yeah, and that could be why she does that. For all we know, she could actually work. We don't know that though.
By the way, guys, if you're jumping on here and this is your first time checking us out, let us know. We like to give shout-outs for our first-time viewers. Also, if you haven't already, please like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube page. We do frequent belt and merch giveaways for people that follow us across our social media platforms. So if you haven't done that already, please feel free. Yeah, Kevin, I mentioned that earlier. We can't actually show the video of the pay-per-view just for copyright reasons, but you know, if our microphones pick it up, there's nothing we can do about that, at least as far as the audio. But yeah, I mentioned that as soon as we kicked off the show, but yeah, so hopefully you guys are able to check it out on your end and watch it with us.
Yeah, they already had a miscommunication issue with the Iconics. Ooh.
Michael, you're not a first time. Deshaun, thank you for joining us tonight, man. Hopefully you enjoy. Join us tomorrow morning as well. We have a show tomorrow morning. And what is it, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. So join us then, and we'll probably talk a little bit about this even more. But,
yeah, more than likely, we'll save our recap for tomorrow morning. I know I mentioned we might possibly do like a post show, but I think we'll save at least the extended recap for tomorrow.
Ooh, did you hear that plug? The one title Sasha hasn't held is the SmackDown Women's title. For her to be considered a Women's Grand Slam champion. Are they all three in the ring for this?
A little miscommunication in that exchange.
That's a little different, isn't it? Usually, I thought they only had two in the ring and they had to tag in, but they're doing three.
Really?
Reginald says it's my second time. Does that count? Yeah, I mean,
If it's your 473rd time watching, please.
it counts. Tim is new. Tim, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. Like Cole said, we are normally live every Monday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Tomorrow we'll be going through a recap of tonight's events, proceedings, etc. Tim says, if WWE disappointed me for not having the Fiend, then I'm going to watch AEW instead of WWE.
Did they have like some type of like stipulation on like Raw or SmackDown where they said it was going to be 3 women in the ring, or is that something they just decided to adopt? I've never seen that before.
That's interesting, right? I was just saying that usually I feel like these matches are done with 2 in the ring and you have to tag in. But how often do we see a triple threat tag team match? Usually it's a fatal 4 or just 2 on 2.
Unless maybe it's because it's a title match? I don't know.
That's interesting, though.
Okay.
My mic's muted. Tell you what, while we've just started, Cole and I have given our predictions. Let's get your predictions. So, you said you've got Iconics in this match.
I would like the Iconics to win just because I am a fan.
Okay.
I'm also a Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss fan, so anyone besides, I hope that Bailey and Sasha drop. So
okay, you got to pick it.
Who do you have?
Pick one team.
Pinfall, though. Who walks away from this match with the belts?
I would probably Iconics. I
Okay.
really would like them because when they won the first time, they were great. Just taunting the belts.
Okay.
I wanna see that again.
I'll just kind of run down. Okay, so they've added a WWE Raw Tag Title match that
I gave my prediction on that. We both said Street Profits.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Street Profits. I like them both.
Okay.
I have enjoyed thoroughly their storyline here recently.
Their little
Competition
their
each week.
competition, yeah.
I'm
That was
shocked
good to
at
get out of the ring.
shocked at the number of people that I've seen on social media that absolutely hate it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's been one of the more entertaining parts of Raw.
I agree.
Has been those two, especially when they do the he's kind of cute and then he's not little thing with War Raiders. I think that's a funny little gimmick. What's going on, Ryan?
All right, so Hardy and Sheamus.
Iconic. Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Matt Hardy?
Yeah.
Matt Hardy's coming in from
Not Matt
AEW
Hardy.
to win this.
Yeah.
Did I say Matt Hardy?
Jeff Hardy. Sorry.
I think you said Hardy and Sheamus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's go Asuka and Nia Jax.
Asuka. I don't want Nia to win.
Okay.
Who does?
Edge
I
and
don't want Nia to hurt.
Edge and Randy Orton.
In the greatest wrestling match ever. Sorry, I do that every time.
Oh, man. I mean, do you 50-50 book it and say Randy Orton since Edge won at WrestleMania? I mean, is this going to be the end of the feud?
If it helps you at all, I went Edge. He went Orton. So we're 50-50 over here.
Well, I wonder if the finish. Well, it was taped, so I'm sure they edited it. But for those of you that didn't know, I'll tell you what. I'll let you share it since you shared it with me. I didn't even know anything about it.
So I read an article today, actually, It's not been confirmed, obviously. Why would you confirm it until this match is actually aired? But if it's true, Edge tore his tricep and could be out 4 to 6 months due to the match that they already pre-taped. So that could, I don't know if that plays a role in who got the win. That could definitely change things, but there was an article that came out today that says that he has a possible torn tricep and that the recovery time for that's 4 to 6 months, that we won't know anything until Edge, the doctors, or WWE comes out and makes a statement. But as of right now, the rumor is that he could be hurt, which is going to be a real bummer for him if he has to sit out another half a year.
Right.
Agreed. All right, what else we got here?
I have to probably say Randy Orton. I'll go with Randy.
Okay.
I'm the anomaly. I like it.
All right, so Strowman, Miz, and Morrison. Oh, it's a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, 2-on-1. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be the first ever co-champions.
For some reason, I thought it was a triple threat match.
That's how they've been booking it, that if they win, they would be the first ever co-champions. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
I hate that. Why can't they just... Whatever. Okay. I picked Strowman. I mean...
Yeah.
I still think... we still think Fiend is going to make his return and just...
Set up for SummerSlam. Or Extreme Rules, sorry. My apologies.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Ooh.
I'd probably say Strowman. That was a good dive.
Okay. And then I think I covered all of them.
Drew McIntyre.
Well, I was making sure I got all the rest of them. McIntyre and Lashley.
McIntyre.
Okay.
Did you see who won the pre-show?
Boo Bobby Lashley.
Did you see the pre-show match already?
No.
The pre-show was actually the United
Apollo
States
Crews
title match.
versus Andrade.
That was the pre-show?
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
It was a rematch, and Apollo got the win.
Okay.
I think I picked Apollo. I think we both do.
Of course, they would put what could be the best match of the night on the pre-show.
Thank you, Lynn. That's what I've been saying. I thought the whole Viking Raiders, Street Profits vignettes were funny. And I agree that the Street Profits should have won the bowling one. But, yeah, I thought they've been pretty good.
We got Chris calling a dusty finish.
For which match? This one?
I'm assuming probably the Lashley and McIntyre match.
That
maybe.
one or the Orton Edge?
Oh, okay. Andrew, we didn't actually get to watch the pre-show. He said the botch at the end of the pre-show match was concerning. I didn't see it.
I saw it at the very end, but I didn't think it looked as botched as...
So what happened?
Are you talking about the flip?
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprise roll.
That was a quick match. Was that a roll-up?
It kind of. It was like a...
That seemed awfully quick. That seemed rushed.
Wow.
Do you think that was a botch? I didn't see it. Did it look legit?
It
Wow.
looked like your typical, like, WWE surprise roll-up move. It wasn't really a roll-up. It was like, I'll take your pin for you out of nowhere.
Tell us your thoughts, guys. What do you think about Sasha and Bayley retaining here? Is it the way that they retain? I mean, a quick pin.
It wasn't really a clean finish.
I mean, that was not even a 10-minute match.
Alex.
Oh, okay. So Alexa Bliss hits her move. Oh, and then I think Sasha rolls her up.
Oh, and then right here.
Yeah, so it is a surprise roll-up. Yep.
So Andrew said Apollo hit his finisher and the pin was off.
The count was off? Yeah, we were still setting up. I need to go back and watch the match now. I probably will before tomorrow just to talk about it, but let us know what you think, guys. They cheated. Okay. Glad they retained.
You could do a surprise roll-up counter for the pay-per-view.
I thought it was good.
Well,
That
I'm 1 for
blows.
1. Yes.
I called it. They retained Sasha and Bebe. Someone's saying Tegan and Blackheart will win this Wednesday.
That would be. I'd be okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier today, you got his windshields
Strowman,
fixed.
Strowman pulling up.
Riding
Yep.
around in her little tank with her belt.
Me too, Michael. I want a Sasha Bayley feud. I think
Okay.
we're gonna get it.
Over or under the amount of time it took Strowman to fit in that car? 2 minutes. Over or under?
How long is it going to take him to get out of the car?
Yeah.
I mean, he should be driving like a truck, right? Like,
yeah. Well, that's funny. That's an old school modded Buick. That's not like a muscle car. I mean, I guess it is with the mods that's been done to it, but
He looks in pretty good
Buick
shape.
Grand National, yeah.
he does look in really good shape.
Is this next?
No, it just says tonight.
Okay. Andrew says Andrade's shoulders were off the mat for a solid 3 count. The referee had to pause, just a rough ending. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to go back
People
and watch
are
that.
answering over, under. According to the tease on NXT, yes, Finn is going after Keith Lee. We'll see if that actually amounts to something, but we kind of talked about it on our last show, so you should check that out.
I can't see Finn as anything other than NXT champion.
He's never had the North American title, which is kind of why they're teasing it, and I would be okay with him taking it off of Keith Lee just so Keith can go after the NXT championship or get his call up.
And I think they're doing a smart move with putting Karrion Kross in that position so soon. I mean, they made him look so dominant against Ciampa.
Well, 2 things. So I bet they initially had Finn Balor planned for that spot, but then when Karrion Kross came, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes as far as like, hey, if we sign you, we're going to push you right away.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, you always have to.
But I'm okay with them pushing Karrion Kross. I just wish they would give Ciampa another match because it really. What's this next pay-per-view, July 19th?
Extreme Rules.
It just kind of made Ciampa look bad if they don't give him another match.
Right.
But
Ciampa could cost him the match too.
yeah.
Ciampa could get involved with that.
'Cause I don't think Ciampa didn't really get any offense in that at all. That was like almost like an extended squash.
Thoughts on AJ as the Intercontinental Champion? I like it. I was kind of hoping he got the win. I'm not against Daniel Bryan, but we've seen it. It's the one that AJ hasn't had, and that made him a Grand Slam, right? By definition.
Well, I think so.
So yeah, I like it.
Well, no, wait. I don't think has he been a tag champion?
I got.
But I mean, you know what? Let's just see what the Google machine
Do
says.
the tag titles fall into that category?
Grand Slam, I think by definition, you just have to hold 4 different titles. In WWE.
I thought it was just all the single titles, technically.
No, Grand Slam. The original definition was the 4 titles the only 4 titles they initially had.
Right now, with WWE having 573 titles, it's like
Hey,
hold any 4 of them and you're good.
I don't think AJ Styles is 24/7 champion. So.
No, so he is not a Grand Slam winner. He's only held the WWE Championship, Intercontinental, and United States titles. So not there yet.
Yeah, you guys heard it here earlier. Apparently, Edge tore his tricep during their pre-tape match. Nothing confirmed on that yet. Obviously, they aren't going to confirm that until the match is over, probably. Mm-hmm. But we'll probably have more news on that tomorrow, I would assume. Oh, also, what Michael says, what surfaced about why AJ left Raw? Are you talking about how he was very upset about where he was out on the card and what happened with the releases and whatnot?
Well, I guess he was butting heads behind the scenes with Paul Heyman before he got relieved of his duties behind the scene.
I could see that to an extent. AJ's a good mind, though, and it's hard, I guess, to be considered somebody who usually got to give his creative kind of take, and then Paul Heyman being the kind of guy who doesn't really care for those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I could see them definitely butting heads. I like him on SmackDown, though. I like the whole, would love to see him kind of go back to the house that AJ Styles built. It doesn't necessarily have to be a face to do that, but I kind of liked what he brought to SmackDown at the time. I like him as the IC champion. I think he'll be a huge help to the brand. And once he's done with his IC run, I wouldn't mind to see him as champion again. What do you guys think of this storyline? Are you guys still
I think it's funny they recycled the storyline with the urine test. They did that a few years ago with Shawn Michaels, and I think they might have even done it with CM Punk.
Wasn't it CM Punk and Jericho?
Something like that. I mean, it's been done before, and it's funny that before that
Bruce Pritchard thing, wasn't it?
I don't know, probably
weren't both of those a Bruce Pritchard thing?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Bruce Pritchard likes. And I like Bruce Pritchard. Don't get me wrong. But he's somebody that likes to kind of
reuse or
play
safe.
And I think his mentality is just that there are so many new fans or new generations of fans that hey, they might not know this was done before.
They're replaying the scene about. They were playing the scene about the whole urine test thing, and he has this giant, pint of apple juice looking stuff.
I saw a lot of people talk about that too. It's like, what did that man drink?
Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, just newer generations of fans, and Bruce Pritchard just kind of he'll reuse storylines or gimmicks, spots, whatever you want to call it. So Andrew says yawn. Yeah, I agree. It's been done before, and what's funny is that before SmackDown aired, there were online wrestling websites that basically said something along the lines of, this is a very controversial segment or whatever, and it wasn't. I mean, it's been done before, so.
This whole storyline wasn't it Jeff's idea? I heard.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was his idea. I'd be shocked though if they didn't go to him first and say, "Hey, can we do this?"
Oh yeah, was given his pass for sure.
Yeah, Michael said CM Punk and Jericho trio of sobriety tests. But they did it with Shawn Michaels, and some angle they did with him too. So yeah, it's a recycled segment, storyline, whatever you want to call it.
I wouldn't mind that. Vic brings up a good point. Been reading that the man with red hair and a beard that ran from Hardy's car wasn't Sheamus, but Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I read that too. I wouldn't be surprised. They're wanting to get Sami Zayn integrated back into TV. So
mad that he's lost his Intercontinental Championship, messes with somebody who was a front runner for the belt. Makes sense a little bit.
Yeah. Michael says it's hard for me to take Sheamus serious as a heel. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see that, especially. I mean, a lot of the reason is we've seen how kind of I don't want to say goofy. That's not the right word, but a lot of his workout videos, he has more of a humorous demeanor, which I like. I mean, it's very relatable kind of thing, but it's like whenever he's on TV trying to be a heel, it's kind of...
Alex, we're talking about a guy who was a bad guy in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. He is clearly a heel.
That wasn't him.
It was him. In the newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, he plays the bad guy as
oh, the newer ones. Oh,
yeah.
I've not seen the newer ones. I'll never watch the new.
They're not like the originals. I just wish we got a better Sheamus, period. I think he's better than what they book him as.
I like Michael's comment. He says Sheamus needs his original theme song from when he debuted. I like that. It's a shame.
Yes. I agree. And I wish they would let Hardy go back to his other theme song.
Yeah, I don't know why they made him go back to this one.
Just trying to build off his nostalgic. It makes sense to an extent, but I feel like that music should be saved for their tag team, which we probably never will see again in WWE.
Oh, I doubt it.
No. Unless we do go into the Hall of Fame, but
I was gonna say if we do, it'll probably just be like a one-off thing. I mean, Matt Hardy's contract with AEW is at least 3 years, I'm sure,
if not longer.
Yeah. Stacy makes a good point. A lot of talent are better than what they're being booked as. That's
True.
pretty much
True.
That's pretty much 90% of the wrestling business.
Right.
But there's some guys who get booked poorly on and off, though. Sheamus, to me, since he's kind of been out of title contention in the main title picture, they've never booked him right except when he was with the Bar. And I honestly would be okay with him and Cesaro getting back together and being the Bar and putting that tag team back in a higher contention on the card, because they were actually really good together. They cut good promos, and it gave both of them a spot on the card where they're both talented. As much as we want a Cesaro singles run, at least it would put him in a prominent role. All right, did they end up not putting a New Day Shinsuke Cesaro match on the card?
That was on SmackDown this past.
I know, but they won, so I didn't know if they were going to make it a title match for tonight. I don't think they did. And they didn't do a Seth Rollins or Alistair, did they?
Nope.
Well, Seth Rollins isn't on this pay-per-view.
Right, that's what I was saying. That the rumor was they were going to do a Seth versus Alistair match that they were going to announce yesterday, but I don't think they did. I think the Street Profits War Raider was the only one they announced.
Well, prior to Paul Heyman being relieved of his backstage duties, I know he was a big Aleister Black backer.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like a Paul Heyman thing, to where either we would have seen it tonight, or knowing Paul Heyman like I do, because we're friends and everything. Not really. I wouldn't have been surprised if they just would have saved that for like a SummerSlam to really give Aleister Black that build, give him that rub, and probably have Seth Rollins take the L.
Well, I also read that one of the reasons they did it was they didn't like who Paul Heyman was pushing, and Vince being they, and there's a rumor that that could mean some of the guys that we've been seeing get pushed are going to kind of be lost in the mix a little bit.
Yeah.
Did I just see Rey Mysterio? Is that Rey Mysterio in the crowd over there?
No, that's with the mask?
Yeah.
That's a girl.
Oh, is that a girl? I couldn't tell at
that's
first.
what's her face. I can't think of her name.
She's
She's NXT, right?
Mae Young Classic, I think, wasn't she?
Yeah,
the last
okay.
one from Mexico.
If you're watching and you know what her name is, help us out. I know who she is. I just can't think of her name.
That's interesting that they have her in the crowd with her mask on.
Do y'all recognize that guy on
That
the
big old
right
boy?
side of the ramp that looks like he's 8 feet tall?
That big old boy
On the right side there.
over there?
Yeah, he's huge.
And he is massive.
He might just be.
They got a lot of massive dudes,
And
though,
then
that are
there's-
in the training center right now that aren't even, they don't have a name or a gimmick or nothing. They're just like football players, and people have come in. They got a lot of big old boys.
And then there's a girl right in front of him who looks like she goes up to his waist.
Michael says, is there any chance in this world that Lashley wins tonight? I don't know. I mean,
a lot of people are high on that.
well, I read earlier today that McMahon actually personally made a lot of changes to Backlash, whatever that means, whatever that looks like. I actually want to pull up the article real quick.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that it's too soon to take the belt off of Drew, and I don't think Lashley is the guy that you have beat Drew. The only reason why I could see them doing it is due to the current climate of where our nation is at right now on that topic. But as we said on our show, I think it was Monday, we kind of talked about how we don't really think you have to do that you don't have to do that to prove your allegiance, in a sense, to what's going on.
No, not at all.
I think we've seen plenty of people get title shots and, I mean, hold titles and whatnot. I mean, Kofi had the belt forever.
Yeah.
And was a great champion. Apollo Crews is Intercontinental. Street Profits are
U.S.
U.S. Thank you.
Catalina, by the way.
Yeah.
Tag team champs are
Thank you,
Street
David
Profits.
Phelps.
Tag team champs are New Day. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty. Keith Lee's North American. I think there's plenty of things they could do without proving their allegiance that way. So, I don't think that you have Bobby Lashley, at least not tonight. If they want to push the storyline
They need to build it
farther,
right.
they need to prove to me Lashley's more dominant than just 3 weeks worth of booking.
So 2 quick stories. One of them is kind of a breaking news kind of thing. I'll get to that one in a second. So this article says the Backlash event is taking place following a huge creative shift in the company. Vince McMahon is ready to get those changes going. It was reported that there was no animosity between McMahon and Heyman, but that didn't change how impatient McMahon was waiting, or how impatient he was about waiting for new superstars to build on the Raw brand. So the quote is, McMahon has already made a change to the finish of one match at Backlash, and there are other planned ideas for matches that are being changed or thrown out completely. So that could be interesting to see what happens with the rest of the card tonight. Who knows? This is kind of off topic, but this was I hadn't read this until just now, but the headline of this, and this is from a reputable website, it says The Undertaker already told Vince McMahon he wrestled his last match in WWE.
Huh.
Well, that Boneyard match would have been a good one to go out.
So it says The Undertaker's legendary career could be winding down, but he already told McMahon he was done. In the most recent episode of the Last Ride documentary, they detailed a tag match with Undertaker and Roman Reigns against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. It says that was supposed to be Taker's last ride. The documentary shows Undertaker approaching McMahon following this match. Taker informs Vince McMahon that was his final match and he's done as a wrestler. Then Vince McMahon told Undertaker that he looked good in the match and he had excellent timing during the contest as well. Undertaker then told McMahon that his body isn't feeling it anymore. He said he didn't mean to spring it on McMahon, but quote unquote, I need to evaluate. This was followed by McMahon telling Undertaker that quote unquote, I'll follow your lead. But we obviously know that he didn't retire at Extreme Rules because he wrestled
Mania.
I mean, he's wrestled matches since then. So we'll see. But it's interesting to note that he actually said that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the documentary too, and I don't think from the documentary that I got that was his last match. I think the documentary was more showing how hard it is to say it's your last match.
Right.
Like when do you really know that this is the last one? I mean, you still have guys like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan who are still trying to get cleared to have one more match, because it's hard.
Ric Flair's trying to get cleared for another match.
They've been trying to get cleared to do something in a match at least, something along the lines of being physically involved in the match. Yes.
That would scare me to death if he had a
that dude's gonna die in a ring. I mean, when he starts getting hype and stuff, I just fear heart attack every single time.
Sheamus from the top rope. We don't see that every day.
This match has actually been surprisingly decent. Man, I remember when that Whisper in the Wind first came when he first started doing it, that was dope.
Now we all picked Hardy in this match, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Casey Catanzaro.
That's another women's tag team that I wish we would see more of. Is Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro on NXT.
I feel like Casey's been kind of just not buried, but thrown under the rug like Ricochet has.
They just book her just for the matches where she can do some cool things and then get pinned.
Yeah, she's more of an enhancement talent or whatever you call it.
She'll get there. She's really small, which is what hurts her. Yeah. She's extremely tiny. She can do a lot of cool things, but...
And I know she came in completely green, too.
Yeah. I think she's got a future, but it's going to take some time due to her size. You got to really have a moveset that's exciting.
Jordan?
Sorry, go ahead. You think with Heyman getting out of the way on Raw, do you think Ricochet's going to stay buried, or do you think he's going to are going to come back?
He's going to stay where he's at, because even with when Heyman was there, he wasn't doing much.
No, Heyman wanted to use him. There are some complications there. I think I shared this on one of our shows. The rumor is that they're actually going to take Ricochet off TV for a little while. They also took Cedric Alexander off, too, because they were tag teaming. But the rumor is they want to set him up for a main title run as a heel.
Ricochet?
Yeah, and do a heel run with him. So they said that he could come back and go on a losing streak, or he could come back straight as a heel, either way. But there's a rumor that he'll come back and go on a losing streak and then turn heel. And then once he turns heel, he'll go on a winning streak and become champion as a heel.
Nicole Wilson, hello. Jordan says, I think Taker's last match should be with Kane. Get them both training for a year. Let it happen at Mania.
Be a good last match.
Andrew says, I love Undertaker, but how much more can his body take? Yeah, agreed. I mean, he talked about that on the first episode of that. I mean, that was a lot of the first episode of Last Ride. Brian says, I wouldn't mind a Cesaro run for the championship. I think you're I wouldn't say the majority, but there are a lot of people that think the same thing. It's just
he needs to win a match first.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's won.
One
a
needs
match
to get out of factions first.
Nicole says, show the screen and I will get everyone to subscribe. Unfortunately, we can't do that just for copyright reasons, but I'll tell you what, you should get everyone to...
That was
ugly.
What happened?
He,
Was it a botch?
it almost looked like
Uh-oh.
it was a... Ooh.
We're all going to get this one
Kick
wrong.
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be one of those spots where like Sheamus hit his leg off the top rope, but then
I think he was
Jeff
supposed to
just
stay
kind
on
of
the
like
rope, and he fell off the rope.
yeah, Jeff kind of just fell on top of him.
Ouch. Anyway, Nicole, we can't show the video for copyright purposes, and so we don't get kicked off YouTube. But you should subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across our social media platforms, and you should get everyone to do the same to be entered into our belt giveaways, as well as other merchandise giveaways as well. If anybody wants information on how to do that, you can read the ticker across the bottom of your screen, I should say. Just like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
He's not gonna do his move.
And subscribe to our YouTube page, and you are entered for sure for all of our future giveaways. But yeah, if we could put the screen up there, we would, but we'd get kicked off. So.
We've talked about looking into how to do it, but
long story short, it would be like,
all the bells and whistles would be really hard to go through.
Well, we'd have to do what Buffalo Wild Wings does whenever they broadcast UFC pay-per-views. It's probably like a couple grand to be able to do something like that.
So we'll have a GoFundMe started now, and we'll do that for Mania if you guys can raise enough money.
Right.
Or I'll tell you what, you can become one of our patrons.
Ooh.
You could go to patreon.com/goingbroadwaypodcast. Become one of our patrons. We have tiers as high as $50 per month and as low as $5 per month. There are a lot of perks and benefits that come with those, such as additional giveaway entries, free merch, discounted merch purchases, etc. Brian says there's been a lot of people that deserve title run since the 80s. Yeah, 100% agree.
And some of them are still waiting on it.
And they will forever be waiting.
Oh, man. They're giving them some time.
A lot more time than they gave the women's tag team match.
I'm surprised that one was so short.
I'm shocked that this one wasn't the pre-show match.
Yeah.
Out of all the ones on the card, I actually thought this one would be the pre-show or the announced tag title match today, just because it was announced today. But
I feel like if they want to bring legitimacy to their championships, they should not put them on a pre-show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
I used to be okay with the cruiserweight one,
even if it's that though. I mean,
but this, especially when that storyline's been a prominent role of Raw, like Andrade. Like we've been talking about this though, how Andrade and Angel Garza and all them have really taken a main spot on Raw, and then their feuds and stuff keep getting the back burner when we get to the pay-per-view, or they're not on the card at all. There was one pay-per-view that Theory, Garza, and Andrade were the main event of Raw like the past 3 or 4 weeks, and then come pay-per-view, they're not even on the card, and it was like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Think there's shenanigans in this?
I don't know. I mean, what kind of shenanigans would we be looking at?
Like a Willow. Like a Willow comes out.
Yeah, Andrew Stacy's got a good point. If you don't want Stacy to become Stacy Quattro Straps,
Twist of fate.
Stacy Quattro Straps.
Andrew, you should become a patron yourself, so you can get your additional entries as well. Again, it's patreon.com/goingbroadwaypodcast.
1,
2.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So this is going to be way off topic, and I only thought of this because Sheamus's eyes were closed, and looked like he was out, and then he just puts his leg on the rope just nonchalantly. There's a video going around of Orange Cassidy. It's like an indie show where he's like asleep.
Oh,
And
they had the blanket.
With the mask, with the
Yeah, he gets rocked and stuff.
wakes up because I think the ref sneezes or something like that.
They puts the blanket and the pillow underneath him and stuff.
Oh man.
Guys, please don't spoil this for us. I think I don't know if Lynn spoiled it or not, but our feed might be a minute behind or two. But
That's it? No.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I got that one wrong.
Boo.
Boo this man. Billy says Undertaker versus Vader would have been a good match. I think they did that match.
Undertaker versus who?
Vader. Back in the day whenever Vader was in WWF.
You're good, Lynn. You wouldn't have known.
Oh, yeah. No worries, guys. Just
a what's the word we're looking for?
Just because we're about a minute or two behind.
Everyone's internet's different too. Like sometimes you get it a little quicker than others.
So what's going on is I can't see it on my laptop here. It's casting to this TV, and I think there's just a timing thing where it lags for a minute or two. So I think that's probably the reason that we're seeing it maybe a minute or two later than you guys. So yeah, if the match ends, maybe give it 5 minutes to be safe before giving away the ending.
That looked nasty.
Once we get a pin, I'll ask you guys your thoughts. So with that being said,
Your thoughts.
What do you guys think about this Sheamus win here over Jeff Hardy? Jeff Hardy's first pay-per-view back.
I am shocked at this one. I'm kind of wondering how they.
It's interesting because now, is this a setup for Sheamus to be pushed bigger? I mean, is this what that was meant to do?
Could this be set up for a Hardy heel turn?
Ooh, we haven't really seen that in WWE, have we? Not a Jeff Hardy one, anyways.
What match do you guys think is next? Tag title match, maybe?
I have to think it's Street Profits versus Viking Raiders.
That's a good one. I hope. Can't wait for that one.
Women's title match?
I would hold that just a little bit longer.
They're breezing through this card,
Could
though.
be Asuka Naya, I guess. That one's a little dry sounding.
Here's a conversation that I was thinking about. So you think that, everyone says you go up from NXT, you get buried most of the time, right? But then you have your Raw Tag Team champions. Both of them were NXT guys. You think that has something to do with Vince not caring about the tag team division? Just who cares what happens to them?
I definitely think that the tag division is not taken as seriously as it should have been or should be. I think the Revival was very clear that was not on WWE's radar to be done. And I think that's why they left. And so, I don't think that they even really think much of the...
I think we're getting the Universal title match next.
Yeah. Which is actually fine because I think that the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders are probably deserving of the main title feud anyways for those tag belts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Change the rules on us. So are they gonna maybe tease a breakup? So does that essentially make it a triple threat match then, right?
Pretty much. Let's see. Brian says Ahmed Johnson he thinks should have got a run. Ryan says I don't care what anyone says. WWE Battleground looks awesome. Do you mean Extreme Rules? Maybe. Michael thinks Hardy will be on AEW before we know it. His contract has probably got a little while on it still, just with all the injury history he's had. They've probably frozen his contract.
Take.
Cash in.
Otis is teasing
He just did a hair flip right in Mandy's face.
I love them as a couple. It's great.
You think this is one of the McMahon swerves here?
I don't know.
that we were just talking about earlier is that.
Oh, making it with a rule change on that?
Yeah, I mean, because this entire time they've been booking it as co-champions.
Right. Oh, Battleground is the new WWE game. Gotcha, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Michael, you're not in the minority. I think the Miz is good. I mean,
someone just Matt said the Miz is just like Dolph, also awesome mid card, not top talent.
Disagreed. I disagree. I'm sorry.
So I can understand what you're saying as far as wrestling ability, because he is probably not average, but he's probably in the middle pack on that. He's not like phenomenal, but he can get the job done. But I think his character, his ability to cut promos, his ability to get heat whenever.
That's really priceless.
I that just sells him so hard to not consider him as a top talent. They don't use him there because he doesn't need that. He can stay hot without being in the main title picture though, where other guys kind of need to be in that role to be relevant.
So I guess the next match is the Raw Women's.
Yeah, I guess they teased us a little bit.
Asuka's great.
I love Asuka.
I love her new crazy gimmick.
Yeah.
Her when she sings people's songs.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is where I give, because I feel like that's more Asuka than it has been WWE creative. This is where I give credit to her, because I always talk about how I struggle with the Japanese wrestlers who come over to WWE, because a lot of them can't cut promos. They can't really talk. They don't really have the ability to get over on that standpoint.
Right.
Asuka has found a way to overcome that without learning English.
Right.
What like steady, strong English. Like she's entertaining. She's fun to watch as far as cutting promos and doing that. And she's probably in the top 3 best wrestlers in the women's roster.
Oh, easy.
Easily. You know.
You can even put Kairi Sane in that.
I like Kairi Sane.
They've kind of buried her a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to take her serious because of how she's booked. I would say Charlotte Flair's up there for me. Charlotte, no matter how much hate she gets, the girl can wrestle.
Yeah. Oh, that was that.
I hated that though. That was dumb.
Do you guys feel like that Nia Jax is maybe turning into the female version of Baron Corbin as far as heat goes?
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah. I feel like that just in the fact that like you can't have a conversation about her without talking about how she seems like she's always hurting people and she's boring to me.
I wish better for Nia Jax. You've heard me talk about her on the show. I think she's a great human being in real life. I don't think a lot of the things she does is malicious. I think a lot of it has to do with her lack of training and lack of know-how. And I wish that they could get a good big man to teach her how to be a big person in the WWE and how to operate in that role safely. I think it stinks for her that she has developed the stigma of being the unsafe wrestler, because I don't think that's necessarily completely her fault. Right. I think some of it has to lie on the fact that you keep booking her to do some of these spots that she shouldn't be doing. Mm-hmm. Thank God they got rid of the buckle bomb in WWE, because a lot of these guys don't know how to do it. I mean, It's clear with how many injuries have come from the buckle bomb that many of them don't know how to do it. I don't know why you're booking her to just throw people into things. She's been pretty consistent on hurting people doing that. So,
okay, real quick poll from you two, and then a poll from you guys watching. If you could pick 3 people in WWE, just WWE only, 3 in WWE with the best wrestling entrance themes, who would it be?
Current WWE?
Current. Now, I'd have to think about my 3, but Asuka would be in my top 3.
Just the music?
Just the music.
The music. So not overall.
No, not overall entrance. Just music.
Musical standpoint.
Just music.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton would be on mine.
Randy
for
Orton
sure.
would definitely be on mine.
I'm a big fan of Aleister Black. Even not
his
cool.
entrance
as a gimmick is really good, but I like his music. But I'm a metalhead, so it kind of.
Man, put me on the spot here.
Entrance music. If you had asked me this like a year ago, I'd be able to tell you. Haven't thought about it in a while.
I like AJ Styles.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is cool. I like
does
Asuka's.
NXT
Asuka's
count
is
too?
cool.
So here are mine in no particular
Oh, wait, are
order.
we counting NXT?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, man. The Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era is in my
that's a
top
good
3.
one.
So
That's a
Undisputed Era,
That one's tough.
Asuka, and Randy Orton.
Finn
Now,
Balor.
Finn Balor would be on my honorable mentions.
Shinsuke.
There was a point in time where I was really into Bobby Roode's entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be on my honorable mention too.
It got kind of old.
Just that
Oh, I was a
piano intro thing is nice though.
Yeah, I was a big fan. I guess. I mean, we're not talking current anymore, but I was a big fan of Broken Matt's music for the short period of time that he was Broken Matt in WWE.
Yeah, Michael likes Burn It Down.
Burn It Down was good.
yeah.
I mean, Roman Reigns was the Shield in general was
Did
decent.
it.
Yeah.
Did it.
You know who's coming out. You know, like it's just.
Right.
If you went further back, I mean, I know I liked CM Punk's Cult of Personality.
John Cena, you can't. My time is now. Come on.
Oh yeah, and I also enjoy, like I said before, I'm more of a metal guy. I really enjoy Rhea Ripley's entrance too.
Rhea Ripley's is good. Yeah.
I know there's some we're
Io
forgetting,
Shirai.
though.
Io Shirai is really good too.
Tommaso Ciampa's got good music.
Yeah, Ciampa's good.
Yeah, Io has good music. I liked Io. Oh yeah, her new music is really good. I liked Kyrie's old music before they changed her gimmick.
The sailor.
Yeah,
the sailor music.
Yeah.
What they need to do is they need to go back to Edge's is good. I mean, it's Alter Bridge.
Edge's is really good actually. D-Generation X.
Yeah. What was I just thinking of? Oh, I was gonna say something and I forgot what. I had a thought in it.
Drew McIntyre's is
Oh
good.
no, that's what I was gonna say. Drew McIntyre's old theme.
Both of them.
His babyface theme.
I like both of them.
just his like
first stint.
his original
When he was the chosen one.
his original like Irish Scottish sounding theme.
Okay.
Like I don't remember it off the top of my head. Yeah, Triple H, Motorhead.
Thank you, Michael Cena. Top 5 for sure. I agree.
Behold
as
the
far-
king.
Yeah.
The
As far
king
as,
of
like,
kings.
Recognizable music, Cena's is definitely up there.
Kane 97 theme.
What about what was it? Legion of Doom
Yeah.
with the
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess you could say Ric Flair's.
Yeah, Ric Flair's.
Ric Flair's
is
is
classic.
I mean, if we're going old school, I mean, you can't go wrong with Hogan,
Hulk
Real
Hogan.
American,
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
Macho Man.
Yeah.
Even Undertaker's original, graveyard
Yeah.
music.
My favorite from him is still the what was it, Limp Bizkit?
Keep rolling, rolling.
Yeah, that's still my favorite, man.
That was one of Undertaker's.
Y2, yeah, Chris Jericho's
Yeah.
original.
Break the walls
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Break
yeah.
the walls down.
Right.
No, Chris Benoit's music was good.
Yeah. Benoit's is really good.
Back in the WCW
NWO,
days,
can't go wrong with NWO.
back in the WCW days, I was like the biggest Goldberg fan. His music always got,
yeah.
me, got me to pop big.
That's like the simplest themes are the one that really just
yeah.
grabs you.
Right.
No Nia botches yet.
Shocker.
We've made it, what, probably 5-6 minutes?
This is kind of an out of nowhere obscure song, but again with the metal theme, I really enjoyed the Ascensions theme back when they were a thing.
I don't remember theirs.
I'll tell you one that I still like, Shelton Benjamin's. Ain't no stopping me, no.
He's still on the roster too. They've had him on main
know.
event.
I know.
All right, let's do another quick poll. We'll change topics a little bit. I'm only bringing this up because I don't know when the match is coming on,
Ooh,
but
smacked her down.
So not knowing when it's going to be on the card, but knowing, at least from what I've read, that the match is going to go long. So Edge and Randy Orton, plus or minus 35 minutes, over or under.
I think it's way longer than 35 minutes.
Yeah,
way longer.
I would say over. I've heard it's going to be. It's more going
Closer
to
to
be a
an
more
hour.
cinematic match, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got some other guys bringing the heat on some other themes.
Ken Shamrock,
yeah, Lesnar. I mean,
Brock Lesnar's was good. Yeah,
Dusty Rhodes. He's just a common man.
Yep.
Bad Street USA. That's a good one.
you can't do that to Nia Jax. Try to do the sunset flip thing.
Okay, apparently the match has ended, but don't give it away. We got people saying over.
No, they're saying you said over under.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, sorry guys.
Remember what you say, man. Come on.
I'm a goldfish over here. Give
Come
me a
on, it's
break.
Backlash Iron Man match.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that match is going to go 35 minutes, I probably won't be talking as much. We might kind of quote unquote lay out for a lot of that because I'll be honest, I am excited to watch that one.
That was almost unintentional.
Because it's the greatest wrestling match ever. I'm going to keep saying that because I just think it's funny that they booked a match before it's ever aired.
Wait, what's on the card tonight? Is it like an Edge Orton match?
It's the greatest wrestling match ever. Okay? You've not even seen it yet, and I promise you, it is the greatest wrestling match ever.
Billy, thank you. Demolition.
Yep, Demolitions was good.
Powerbomb.
Eddie Guerrero's was good.
Oh, Latino Heat.
I lie, I cheat,
Latino.
I steal.
You said Macho Man's, right?
Yeah, Macho
That
Man.
was that the graduation theme or whatever
Yeah,
that was?
the
Yeah, I like this theme. I really like if we're gonna go NXT UK even for current theme songs. I really enjoy Walter's theme.
I do too. I knew you were going to say
Walter-
that.
And Pete
good.
Dunne's is actually good too.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne's is a good one.
Is he back in UK or is he?
I think he's just off air right now
Yeah.
because UK's not on.
No, that's the reason we haven't seen him on TV because he's overseas. Like
Oh,
he's
right.
in.
And they haven't been doing UK tapings.
Nope. They actually just canceled the.
Blackpool.
I like Matt Riddle's too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like Matt. Bro.
I hope they don't. They better not ruin him in the main roster.
Oh yeah, Ryan APA.
Forgotten Sons has a good one too. I like Forgotten Sons music.
Yes.
Uh oh.
Oh, what is this?
Out. Don't hurt yourself.
What if she would have landed on Asuka there? How bad would that have been?
No.
That would have been like a Nyla Rose on Britt Baker land. Like that would have hurt.
Well, they always do that spot with Nia Jax.
That's
where
outside the ring though.
Count out.
They always do that spot with Nia Jax where
She's gonna
like,
whack her into the.
She's gonna sit on somebody.
Please don't do this.
That
Oh,
was
thank
weak.
God.
That was really weak.
Oh my goodness. I get so nervous when they have her booked to throw people into things. I do.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
God, please don't hurt Asuka.
Uh-oh. Count out.
No.
What?
Oh, a dusty finish.
What?
Who called that? Somebody called
What
that
a
earlier.
That was last match, I think.
Oh, was it?
What
maybe.
a terrible ending.
That's all right.
mean,
We predicted
we win by
Asuka
default.
wins, but
Yeah, I mean, whenever we do our predictions, if it's a championship match, we basically give our prediction as far as who's walking
as
out.
champion?
Yeah,
oh,
who's walking.
we're having a continuation
Ooh,
though.
Yeah.
butt
Peter
thump. Yeah, travel ban's still in effect for UK, so Pete Dunne can't travel.
I do like Rey Mysterio's theme music too. That's a good one, especially the one where he raps in it. Booyaka, booyaka.
that was I was not anticipating a.
Hey, actually, Sasha Banks's music is cool too.
That's Snoop Dogg, isn't it?
She's an artist too,
Ew.
I don't know. I never could get into hers.
especially the new one that she has now with the little drop in it. That thing goes hard.
So I'm going to safe to assume that this feud's not over.
I think Charlotte Flair is going to end up in that feud.
She's going to.
Here we go. Street Profits versus Viking Raiders. Anything you can do.
Decathlon Part 2.
I can do better. What if they have some of those teases in this match? Like,
I'd be okay with it. It'd be funny.
I think that's going to be a good match.
The greatest wrestling match ever.
Yes, we can see it. It's right there.
Edge versus
You guys
Randy
can't
Orton.
see it, though.
Edge versus Randy Orton. The greatest wrestling match ever.
Oh, yeah, Andrew. Bray Wyatt original theme. That's a good one.
And his current theme. All right, because the remixed rock rendition of his original was awesome.
MVP!
MVP's music was good. 1, 2, you hear the clock ticking, tick, tock.
Celebrating that a little early, MVP. Oh, yeah, Vince McMahon.
Oh, his music is good. Uh-oh, Lana.
What does she want? I thought she was going to say, this is the greatest wrestling match ever.
They need to get her off the TV. They need to get her back with Rusev off the roster. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We said Shane O'Mac already, didn't we?
No,
Theme
Shane
music
was good too.
Someone said-
Shawn Michaels.
Someone said it earlier. Oh, yeah, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
We haven't mentioned Steve Austin.
The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of great ones out there.
Yeah, if you're going back, yeah, for sure. Shawn Michaels.
Oh, we get the Universal title match next.
Okay, this is middle of the card. This is
2-on-1, but technically it's triple threat. I mean,
But they might still have to tag, though. Maybe.
that would be an interesting take too. I guess that's
you
a
have to
very
tag
interesting.
in, but whoever gets the pin gets the belt.
we get a Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho, during this promo.
Did you see that they teased the second music video that we never got to see?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they I didn't even go look that up. I wonder if they posted that one on Facebook or on YouTube. This has been booked pretty good.
You see at BTE where Taya Valkyrie was like got interrupted while she was kind of like doing the Miz and Morrison hey hey ho thing like a couple months ago.
Now, let me ask you guys this. If for some reason, I know we all picked Braun Strowman to win this, but if for some reason Braun Strowman was to drop the belt to one of them, who gets the pin?
Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Let me ask you guys out there. I think a lot of us are picking Braun to win this, but if you had to say one of them gets the pin, John Morrison or The Miz, who gets the pin and becomes champion in this match? If we were saying one of them were to win, I would have to say John Morrison as well. But I could also, if they're going to split them up, I could see The Miz and then having John Morrison turn heel on him.
We got Michael and Andrew saying Miz. All right. Tell you what, I'll say this. I'd be pleasantly surprised if either one of them win. It'd be a nice little swerve.
Yeah. And then have Morrison feud with Miz. I mean, yeah. And I think that could, we've been talking about the Vince McMahon swerves tonight. Mm-hmm. And if there was a lot of them on the card, I mean, this could be one of those matches that, because they could have Braun Strowman lose it because the Fiend interferes.
Yeah, that's true.
And have the Fiend versus Braun without the belt. I didn't even think about that. How many more vehicles are they going to let Braun turn over in his tenure with WWE?
I don't know, but
That's the record.
We get it. The guy can flip things, okay? Like,
he's probably damaged $100,000 worth of vehicles so far.
Oh, easy.
we get it. The guy could turn over semi-trucks, school buses, vans, cars, the whole nine.
But it never gets old, Cole.
We get it.
The Strowman Express.
Have him. Did you guys see like the train thing they added to his entrance?
Uh-uh.
If not, you're gonna see it here. They added this like locomotive train thing and like smoke. It actually was kind of cool. It adds to his entrance a little bit.
Well, he had that Strowman Express shirt, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it adds to his character a little bit with the whole running around the ring.
Is he not the Monster Among Men anymore? Or does he over that?
They still say that.
Yeah.
I wish they'd get rid of the get these hands thing, though.
We never mentioned Morrison's entrance.
Morrison's is good. Miz's, I think we talked about Miz's. Miz's is good.
I'm talking just music.
Kevin Owens is good.
Yeah.
And people love Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch, too. They sing along to theirs.
Lynn says they showed the second Ms. Morrison video on the pre-show. We'll have to go back and watch the pre-show.
I need to go because their music videos have been hilarious. Thanks for that little tidbit, Lynn. We were setting up during, and we didn't want we watched the very end of the Apollo Crews match. Kind of like we were still setting up, but we had it on in the background. But I'll have to go back tonight and watch it before tomorrow's show so we can talk about it. Because I will be bringing up the new music video. Let's see what they got to say.
Uh-oh.
The music video? Keep it.
You think you'd have a hard time seeing those glasses with crosses on the middle of them? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Are we getting it, or is it going to get interrupted?
Miz and Morrison.
Oh, my gosh.
Probably his new mansion in California. Straight out of the 80s. Is that really Morrison singing?
Auto-tuned, yeah.
What are we seeing right now? Andrew says this is more awful than the Bears 1985 Super Bowl video.
They actually have a decent voice.
We'll say Miz is looking very Miami Vice-ish. Oh, Michael says, "My goodness, I love the Miz."
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm crying over here. Uh-oh.
Braun Strowman said, "I've had enough." Yeah, I like the locomotive type like smoke on the side.
Yeah.
And the little like train track thing before he comes out.
I don't think anyone mentioned Braun Strowman's music.
Yeah, I mean his is good.
I've always kind of liked it. Get you pumped up.
We got hyped when we saw him at Raw.
Yeah. Lynn says, "Well, on the pre-show, you see the whole video."
Oh, I'll be going to watch the whole video. Don't you worry.
I think this match goes over under 5 minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes tops.
Over.
10 minutes tops. One, Braun typically doesn't go into long matches.
They need to overdub the train sounds better.
Yeah, the first time they did it was Friday night, so I thought that was interesting.
I mean, they just did it once, and I don't know. It doesn't sound like it blends.
I do like that as a better gimmick than being a monster, though. Like he does a little train thing as well when he goes around the ring, like runs everybody over.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that.
I wish he'd do the little drop kick again. You remember when he used to do the run around and like kick drop kick thing?
Yeah.
I wish he did more of that.
Okay, so yeah, they do have to tag in.
That's it. This is a very interesting
tag match, but whoever pins is the champ. So you almost think there'd be dissension within Miz and Morrison. Or do you think they're going to have like one of those things where one of the guys is going to pin, the other guy breaks it up?
Yeah, you might see a little dissension between the two just because the belt's on the line, you know what I mean?
Hey, Alan, what's up, buddy? Travis says, I'm picking Miz and Morrison to win. You got to pick Miz or Morrison.
Who gets the pin, though? Because whoever gets the pin is the champion. They just announced that. I don't know if you saw that or not. They just announced that. So you got Miz or Morrison. I need to know who gets the pin, so who's champion.
Would you just look at how their ring attire coordinates with each other?
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Little parkour move.
Oh!
My word.
Alan says they're going to turn on each other, and then Braun wins.
I'm telling you, I think we're going to see The Fiend, guys.
If they were going to get The Fiend, I almost think they would have saved this till later in the card. I could be wrong.
You could be, yeah, you could be wrong. You could be right. You know, me and The Fiend are really close
he was
friends.
too far off on that kick.
Yeah, Braun had to slap himself on that one. It's also a hard reach up to his face.
Oh, Michael Cole's got jokes.
Said, hey, no. Oh, my goodness. Is that a tag? That's a tag. Johnny Drip Drip.
What?
Johnny Drip Drip. That's his rap name.
Oh, gosh.
Here comes the locomotive.
Corey Graves.
I love that move.
Yep.
I love that move.
Just a version of the disaster kick.
He does it so flawless. That was nice.
He's so athletic.
More wrestlers need to get into parkour.
Yeah.
It was funny. It sounded like Michael Cole was ready to go to a commercial break and can they capitalize? And then he like paused.
And he's like, oh, I forgot. We don't do that.
We're live, pal.
It's kind of like one of those JR segues. You know how JR does it on AEW when they do picture by picture? He's like, we're gonna go to a commercial, but don't worry, we're gonna be with you by picture by picture. And so he like keeps saying things that make it seem like they're going off air, but then it's gonna be right there in front of you still.
Nicole, I'm not sure what you mean. She says, "What are the results?" I'm not sure.
I don't even see that comment.
I'm trying to. It's on from. She's on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think what we were talking about earlier. If that pertains to anything else we were talking about. Nicole, if you're still watching,
what are the results of the last match?
She says, "Please tell me." Again, I'm not sure.
Oh, the results of the whole card?
I mean, I can tell you if you want to be spoiled.
We could tell you what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean the card's not over yet.
We had Apollo Crews beat Andrade on the pre-show.
Yep.
And then we had
Bayley and Sasha.
and Sasha retain their tag belts over Alexa Bliss and the Iconics.
It said that match went 8 minutes and 50 seconds. It didn't feel that long.
We had Sheamus go over Jeff Hardy. And then we just had
Asuka and Nia Jax.
Double count out. Double count out, and Asuka retained. And now we are on Braun Strowman versus Miz and Morrison. And it was announced earlier in the night that only one of them can be champions. So whoever gets the pin out of Miz and Morrison, if they win, would be deemed champion. So they have to tag in. It is still a handicap match, but only one of them can be champion. So we're watching that now. And it's so far been a pretty good match.
Nicole, you're very welcome. What is this?
Spirit Fingers. Where's Dolph Ziggler at with the Spirit Squad?
Where's Dolph Ziggler? Period.
He was on SmackDown. He was in that 6-man tag at the end of the night.
I've not watched SmackDown. So.
I think they were trying to get him to do the hey hey ho ho chants, and I was like, oh, honorary member.
Who's yelling?
One of the NXT talents.
Ooh, he almost slipped on that.
Man, he's so tall. You know how hard it is to get up there? That one was good.
I'll be right back, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Ooh, that should have been a pin. Here we go, Miz.
What does Miz do off the top rope?
Just like a clothesline. Or, yeah, that.
Nothing.
whatever that was, like jump and hit him. Tell me who you guys got in this match, guys. We got Braun Strowman. Is it Miz or Morrison? And if so, who gets the pin? Let us know who you think in the comments. Ooh. That was a scroll-crushing finale with a kick to the back of the head.
Ooh,
he's going to pull him.
Oh, there's the dissension.
Here it goes, guys.
So Morrison just almost got a 3 count, and the Miz.
Oh
pulled him
my
off.
goodness! There's the little dissension. He wanted to be champion,
And then Miz is sorry. So maybe Morrison will turn on the Miz.
for costing him the belt.
Yeah. Or Braun Strowman will win.
Morrison's
He
there.
gets power bombed.
Okay.
Ooh. This might be where Braun Strowman just destroys everybody.
Here comes the power bomb.
Running power slam. It's over. Unless, where's the Miz? Yep.
Okay. Got the pin on Morrison. Now do we get the Fiend? Let's see what happens.
Or do we get more fallout from the Miz and Morrison?
Yeah, we could see more of the fallout. That's true. They're both outside the ring. Come on, lights drop.
I haven't seen that happen in a long time.
Yeah, they've had him off air since he lost his Bray. Well, we got Braun Strowman to pin on Morrison.
But we don't know yet if there might still be some
Did you see
fallout
Miz pull Morrison off for the pin?
Did you miss that?
Okay, so they did a scroll crushing finale with a kick to the back of the head with Morrison on the top rope. And then Morrison went for the pin, and Miz pulled him off and then was like, I'm so sorry, and then put him back on there, and it was too late, and then Braun got the pin. So far, no Fiend.
I don't think we're going to get him.
No Fiend. Okay. A clean win for Braun.
And no fallout from Miz and Morrison. Maybe
No
that'll happen.
They're probably saving that for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to get the Raw Tag title match next.
They're talking about the Intercontinental Champion now. I actually kind of felt like this match should have been on the card.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they did this on SmackDown.
And they didn't even make it the main event, which was what was crazy. This match was like their middle of the card match. It went like 37 minutes. And I was kind of like, this would have been a really good match for Backlash. They should have just carried a storyline out throughout the night on SmackDown and took it into Backlash. That was a really great match, by the way.
I've not actually seen it yet. We were talking about it earlier this morning, and
This past Friday, the WWE Universe witnessed an instant classic in the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. So now, please welcome my guest, the man who proved victorious in the new Intercontinental Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
We getting an impromptu match, maybe?
Nope, he's in a street clothes.
Yeah. Just an interview.
Uh-oh.
I love how cocky he is. Open challenge. For the 4 years you've been here? Ooh.
Wow.
So they're just doing an open invitational.
He said presentation.
Yeah, it's like a
like a presenting of the belt.
Oh,
yeah.
like a victory lap kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting topic. Do we think we get Samoa Joe back ever as a wrestler?
I don't know.
He's good as an announcer.
He is good as an announcer.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you're still hanging out and watching us, I'll give you a little bit of Lord Alfred Hayes real quick. Just kidding. Hold on a second.
Promotional consideration
There he is.
paid for by the following.
So you guys can check out the Going Broadway podcast every Monday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. You can check out all of our prior shows. They're all archived on Facebook and our YouTube channel as well. If you would like to be entered into any and all future giveaways, please read the ticker at the bottom of your screen. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You will be guaranteed to be entered into any and all future giveaways if you do those 4 things. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/goingbroadwaypodcast. Please consider becoming a patron. We would sincerely appreciate it. We have 4 different tiers to choose from, as much as $50 per month, as low as $5 per month. Each has their own perks and benefits, including additional giveaways for all of our giveaways for belts and other merchandise. David, we appreciate it. Sorry, go ahead.
Looks like we're getting Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley now.
They might just be teasing that.
Well, they're going through the whole vignette for it right now. Yeah, looks like they're going for it because I think Edge and Orton is in the show. So for the greatest wrestling match ever.
Oh, for the love.
Sorry.
No, I'm just playing. Stacy says, I have my headphones on listening to you guys, and it's fun being ahead of your stream because you guys will have your predictions, comments, and questions I'll answer out loud, confusing my husband, not realizing I'm answering you.
We appreciate you, Stacy. Stacy Quattro belt.
Yeah, shout out to Stacy. Stacy was one of our belt giveaway winners. She is also one of our Going Broadway podcast on our admin team, basically. She helps to share our podcasts across our social media platforms. So shout out to you, Stacy. Shout out to some other people that have been watching. Alan is one of our admins. Lynn is one of our admins. Thomas as well. Thomas is actually one of our T-shirt giveaway winners. And Max Carter is another one of our admins. I'm not sure if he's watching at the moment, but shout out to you 5. Once again, thanks for helping us. Billy, I appreciate it. He says we're the best wrestling podcast ever. Prove me wrong. I'm not going to prove you wrong. But I appreciate it. Ryan says you guys should have a Discord. I'm talking with our IT guy as far as possibly getting a Discord and a Twitch set up. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get those set up in the near future. But yeah, Ryan, I appreciate it. Again, we're live every Monday and Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. We appreciate you when you can tune in, or if you're able to check us out later. I know a lot of people work in the mornings. So we are getting this match now. Wow.
Go ahead and get your predictions in now. If you got Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre in this match. If you think there's going to be any interference with Lana or MVP that could cost some things or help some things, go ahead and give us your thoughts. To recap, I believe we all have McIntyre in this match.
We did.
And I shared on the show last week that I actually think Lana does get involved in this match, which would cause the start of their breakup to get her off of Lashley.
And hopefully get her off TV, period.
Yeah, because I think she's done with WWE as soon as her contract runs up, too. So
I'm just surprised this match isn't going on at least next
second
to last.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
we
we
still
got
have
the
Street
tag match
Profits. We still have Street Profits versus
Viking Raiders, yeah.
Viking Raiders.
That would be the second to last match then, right?
Yeah, right.
It's got to be. I
That's
mean,
all we have left.
Edge and Orton, and that's it. Yeah, it's just these
Wow.
3 matches that are left,
The one match that got announced today made it second to last on the card.
which is
That's impressive.
what was it? Was that just announced today?
Today or yesterday? I mean, it was.
Well, I didn't know
mean,
if they
we-
watched it on. I didn't know if they
we-
announced it on SmackDown.
We
or-
rumored it on Thursday
Yeah.
on the show, but
I'm just shocked. I don't know why they're putting this. Jordan says plot twist: Lesnar interferes in this match.
Ooh.
I mean that is a rumor that's out there right now.
I've not actually heard that rumor.
It is a rumor that's out right now, and that could be why Heyman got relieved of his Raw duties at the time that he did.
That's a good point.
And could be out here tonight with Brock Lesnar. You know, the rumor is that they want Brock versus Bobby at SummerSlam. I
Yeah.
don't think you need that I don't think you need that with the belt. So it'd be interesting to see if maybe Brock comes out, looks like he's going to go after Drew and then goes after Bobby. Cost Drew the belt. Maybe goes into a feud with Drew for like Extreme Rules and challenges for the belt, and then Bobby comes out, spoils it for Brock, and then they have a Brock versus Bobby match at SummerSlam. I mean,
Maybe.
there's some things you could do here. So
So would you have Brock as the baby face or
I mean, I think Brock potentially could be the babyface, yeah, in that feud
interesting?
with Bobby.
Hold on. Are they gonna?
Match hasn't even started yet.
They're gonna restart this match later in the card. That's what they're gonna do.
Why would you do this if you're Bobby Lashley? What sense would this make?
Because it's scripted. No, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing here.
Huh?
Or maybe they're gonna ring the bell now. I don't know.
He'll have to stand up and ring the bell. Huh. What do you guys think of this?
I'm just wondering what they're gonna do. Like,
Guess you do this just to make McIntyre feel like the underdog, maybe?
are they gonna start this match?
Oh yeah, I think this match is still happening.
Well, I figured they might do a thing where they, delay the match later in the card, and then it does go on last.
How much later can you delay it? I guess. I mean, there's only two matches, and one might be super long.
Yeah, I was gonna say delay it for an hour.
No, it looks like they're gonna get him to stand up and start it.
Looks like it.
Match is starting.
He's still in a jacket.
Travis says he wants Lashley and Lesnar at SummerSlam.
You could have that again without the belt, though.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I don't
do it
think
for the
you.
belt.
Or Brock Lesnar does not need every match that he's in to have the belt.
That would hurt if he has a stud belt.
Let me ask you as this: What are your guys' thoughts on MVP as a manager so far? I mean, I think he's done a pretty good job. I think him and
I'm good
Bobby
with it.
Lashley paired together is actually a pretty good pairing. He's good on the mic, and MVP is actually capable of taking some hits and some bumps and stuff too. So, would love to hear your guys' thoughts on MVP as a kind of a managerial.
You guys
role.
is in you guys.
Oh yeah,
But
you
yeah,
guys.
but
The
I'm down.
listeners.
I'm down with it. I think it's. I can get we've mentioned this on a prior show. I can get the perspective of a generation of fans may not know who MVP is, but nonetheless, even if you do or don't know who he is, I mean, he's still done very well in this role, in my opinion.
So Vic says, I still can see Drew versus Bobby versus Brock triple threat. Do you see that at Extreme Rules in July, or do you see that at SummerSlam? Because you still got a whole nother pay-per-view to build up to. I don't think you can bring Brock in
No.
tonight then.
No, I just
Now, you could bring him in at Extreme Rules if there's a rematch between these two, interrupt the match, and then set up for a triple threat. But I think the more likely thing would be for Brock to come tonight, interrupt this match, set up a feud, interrupt that match again at Extreme Rules, and then set up for SummerSlam. If that's even going to happen. Right now, that's all rumored.
Andrew says MVP has charisma. It's a good transition for his career. Agreed. And Jonathan says Braun Strowman is the man. Lynn, MVP is ballin' as a manager.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he's not saying ballin' anymore on TV. Like, don't get me wrong. When he was a current star, I enjoyed the whole ballin' gimmick. I enjoyed the MVP, his United States Championship runs, his storyline with Matt Hardy. There was a lot of good things I enjoyed with him. I liked the ball and elbow. But the ball
and elbow.
Yeah. But that word is dead. You know, it's not really a hip word to say anymore, I guess.
Well, didn't Rock just have a HBO series, Ballers or something like that?
Ballers, yeah, but he doesn't say ball in.
No, I know, but it's close. But for what it's worth, yeah, I agree with you. I'm glad he's not doing the ball-in thing.
Yeah, I
he's
think,
a little old for that too.
Think just him being cocky is believable enough.
Agreed.
I still like the MVP chain though. Vic says SummerSlam. Thomas says I like the pairing and it's given a reason for a change in the attitude and intensity in Lashley. Agreed. Billy says I think MVP is a good choice for Lashley for a manager. I agree. Austin, what do you think? What do you think about MVP as the manager?
You know, I didn't really get my backstory. I watched a lot of wrestling growing up as a kid, and I didn't really get back into it until about 2018. So I wasn't around for MVP back in the day. But no, I think he definitely does a lot better for Lashley as a manager than Lashley by himself because I think he needs someone to talk for him.
Is he better than Leo Rush?
Curse you, WWE. They're having their own Backlash watch along. I just saw that.
They heard that the Going Broadway podcast was having a watch along. They were like, we have to compete.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're competing.
If they play this.
They've got Big Show on there.
They might have just almost dropped McIntyre in his head. I don't know if they're going to replace.
They have Big Show, but they don't have me.
That's a great point.
Oh my goodness!
There's a broken
Oh
bread.
my goodness! He just got his head whacked on that.
No, but go back to your question. I did enjoy Leo Rush as a manager. He was a really good, annoying heel manager, and he was able to get involved too.
Eugene says,
By the way, hold on. For what it's worth, WWE is not showing the broadcast either, so you don't have to go anywhere.
Eugene says, did you guys talk about the Paul Heyman situation? Is he out of contract or just removed from his position? Yeah, so Paul Heyman is no longer in charge of Raw, and he is going back to his character as Paul Heyman as a superstar, which is a great indication that either Brock is coming back or that Paul Heyman is going to be taking on a new client. So I would rather a new client, but I think it's clear that Brock is probably on his way back. I don't know what his travel situation is like with Canada, though.
Is that where Brock's in Canada?
Uh-huh.
I thought he lived in Minnesota.
I think he lives in Canada.
He's in Canada now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure. I know he's gotten around it a little bit, but I don't know what it would take to get him here or if those bans have been lifted or not. So
Tell you what, though, MVP's suits are sharp.
Yeah.
oh, he pulls off the whole, like, he's like the actual Robert Stone. like Robert Stone
Yeah.
tries to beat MVP. MVP just kills it, man. He's got a great vibe to him.
Stacy made a comment earlier. She said, "Oh, just you wait and see what happens."
I think she was talking about that head off the turnbuckle move
Oh, okay.
because Austin was talking about him getting dropped on his head.
Yeah, that was on the apron or on the outside of the ring. That was
Okay, top rope.
nasty.
Ryan says, also heard Heyman is going to be Lashley's new manager. I don't know how you would make that work. I mean, MVP is pretty solid in that role.
Unless you turn him.
Why would you put MVP there to to be manager and do a good job, just to have Heyman take it over?
Yeah.
I think if anything, Brock's coming back and you're going to see some great Heyman versus MVP
Could be, yeah.
promos that I think both of them are capable of cutting and having a good time with each other.
Travis says Leo Rush is MC Hammer midget wannabe.
That's a good one. Oh my goodness.
Michael says Doctor of Style Slick would be proud of MVP. That's a great comment. Doctor of Style. You guys remember Slick?
Slick. Remind me of who Slick is.
Old school manager from the late 80s.
Who did he manage?
Let's see. Hold on.
Ooh,
Why
on
did
the
one count.
They keep doing this. They'll have him kick out at one a bunch. Anyway, let's see.
Hey, Michael, who did Slick manage?
I'm getting there. I know he managed. He managed Hakeem. Hakeem was one man gang. Let's see. He managed
One man gang's manager.
Well, yeah, one technically Big Boss Man by default because they had a tag team.
Another one count.
Yeah, they've been booking that like that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's probably his most notorious one, right? Would be One Man Gang.
Yeah. So he managed Warlord, Barbarian, I think maybe. Power and Glory. So that was Hercules and Paul Roma.
They're teasing the full Nelson here.
You got it
Is
in.
it locked? Nope, not locked
No.
yet. Not locked yet.
Trying. Get them hands.
Wrong wrestler.
He said, "Get them hands." It's a totally different catchphrase.
I'm sorry. By the way, guys, sorry you're kind of getting the back of my head for a lot of this. I planned on being able to see it on my monitor, but apparently with casting it on this TV up here, it doesn't play down here.
It's
either.
a great back of your head, though. We enjoy the back of your head.
He managed Butch Reed. That's right. Andrew says, I think Kamala. I don't remember him managing Kamala. I just remember Kimchi. I could be wrong, though. What are they doing here?
He's going to do the...
Flapjack?
Oh, that was ugly. Thank you, Lynn. So Lynn just said, not to go off topic, but some Canadian Impact talent were on TV this week. So if they can be back in the States, Brock should have no trouble getting back in the U.S.
That's a great point.
Thank you for sharing that.
I think a lot of the travel restrictions are starting to be eased up a little bit.
Yeah, Brock had already had some leeway there to begin with because he was able to get back into Canada somehow. So I'm sure they could work it out. Stacy said in Cole's voice, "It's the greatest back of the head ever."
Stacy, why would you give him that opening?
Oh, that's gonna be my catchphrase. Thank you for that. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy Quattro Belts.
Oh man, we're inventing nicknames and catchphrases left and right. I love it.
Do you think most of the NXT superstars have their own? Oh no, they got other wrestlers' shirts.
A
on.
tombstone?
Oh,
okay.
They
I was like, a tombstone?
hard.
What are we doing here?
That's banned.
That looks actually cinched in.
Kurt Angle ankle lock.
That could hurt.
He actually looked like he was really holding that ankle pretty good.
Oh.
They are rolling around.
Oh. Kimura lock.
So it looked like it was supposed to be a Lashley spear, and then they kind of
countered.
rolled around.
Is that
weird,
a hint at Brock Lesnar?
Foreshadowing.
He doesn't do that move, does he?
Brock Lesnar, when he first came back to WWE here more recently, was putting everybody in that lock.
Oh, right. No,
And was
for
breaking
sure.
people's arms.
Ryan, I'm sorry I didn't catch your catchphrase earlier. Alex Cole Bay.
Alex Cole. Oh, I like it. I like it. Thank you for that. That's got to be on a shirt.
I need that on my soundboard over here.
Alex Cole, baby.
Well, before that, we need the build, like the crowd that goes, oh, Alex Cole, baby.
I apologize, Andrew. You're right. It's just Quattro Straps. I shouldn't have said Stacy Quattro Straps. My apologies, my good friend.
Yeah, we have
top rope with that almost was bad.
That could have been awful.
But he didn't have his footing. Lashley didn't have his footing at first. Since when is Lashley wearing pants?
He has for a while.
I know. It's almost weird for me to see him in pants. Like, he's almost forever had worn just the
tights.
Tights.
I just caught Eugene's comment from earlier. He says the ringside crew isn't even paying attention. Hey, it's not going to be as bad as Mike Tyson yawning during that TNT title match. That was awful.
Or the even worse face-to-face the next week.
Yeah. Oh,
a spear. He's kicking out. Kicking out
at one.
Yeah, he's kicking out. If Lashley wins this, it's going to be with the
full Nelson.
The full Nelson. But I think we're going to see a talk less Claymore coming up here soon. Oh, here's Lana. Yep. You heard it here first.
Slap MVP. Here it comes.
The distraction.
Oh, no, she's going to slap Lashley.
Ooh. Distraction finish.
Oh, she's going to get knocked off the apron.
Yeah. Oh, MVP.
Oh, on to MVP.
And she's dead.
Claymore.
Come on, 1, 2, 3.
The distraction finish.
Yep.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
But not the typical distraction finish.
Brian says, sorry I'm late. How has the super show been so far? It has been fantastic. We're having a good time.
I'm telling you here. You heard it here first. It wasn't a prediction. It was a spoiler. Drew McIntyre beats Bobby Lashley with the Lana distraction, and that's going to cause the Lana-Bobby Lashley breakup.
And eventually Lana taken off TV. Hopefully.
Which this would probably be the perfect time to mention the fact we didn't talk about this on any of the shows. Lana actually put up a TikTok not too long ago where she did the wipe it down challenge, and when she wiped up, it was Rusev, or Miro if you want to call him by his new name.
What do we got going here?
And then it got taken down right away.
But it's back up.
Oh, is it?
The other day I just saw it and it was back up. So I'm curious to see what they're doing there.
Hold on, what's going on here?
He's walking away.
And Lashley's just going to walk past her.
Cold shoulder. The cold shoulder. Run back to Rusev. He loves you. He loves you still.
Oh, we cut back to the ring. Are we going to get... Nope. Maybe not.
What is around her legs? She's got like Christmas tree garland around her legs.
They're attached to her heels, though.
So they're part of her shoes?
Is it to keep
her high tops are missing some fabric.
What are you wearing?
That was nasty. That was a good Claymore.
Brian says, of course I missed a good one. Hopefully we're going to be doing these watch parties in the future. This is just our first one, but we've still got a couple more matches to go, so we'll be on for probably another hour-ish.
Eugene says just one Claymore. You thought it should have been more?
No,
I think Bobby's good for one Claymore.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like the whole
breaking
overly
the fourth wall.
Huh?
Breaking the fourth wall?
No, I was going to say that like they're trying to I feel like they're really trying to push him to be this like good guy superhero kind of thing, and they just need to stop. They need to need to be this like
he should be more of a Randy Orton face.
Yeah, kind of a dominant face with an edge.
Just
no pun intended.
Does what he wants.
No pun intended.
Right, with an edge.
Out for a minute, guys.
Let's see here. Billy says, I've seen that on TikTok. Brian says, the amount of times you can see him on her TikTok is crazy for a WWE contracted employee. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like it really ruins the story for what they were trying to do when off script they're on TikTok together doing things. That's the only one that I've seen that has stayed up. I would need to go like actually like scroll her whole TikTok and see the timeline on it of when it was posted. But she just posted this one like after he was released. So it's just interesting that she did that and that WWE didn't have anything to say about it, especially with the current storyline that she is in on TV. Michael says, good match. I agree. I thought that was a really good match.
It was a pretty good match.
I liked the pace of it. I thought the beginning was interesting with the whole full Nelson to begin before the ring of the bell. And then, of course, Lana got involved, which I thought was going to happen.
Real quick, guys, I don't know. Again, I think I said this earlier. Our pay-per-view feed might be a minute or two behind what you guys are seeing, but while we've got a little bit of a break, I wanted to urge you guys or ask you guys maybe to invite your friends, invite people in the groups that you might be in to follow us across our social media platforms. Please like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube page.
On Braun's car.
Has this started?
Street Profits are brawling. They throw one of them into Braun's car that he just had fixed.
Well, he's going to have to get it fixed again. Uh-oh.
And these are Raw superstars here messing with a SmackDown superstar. That's an interesting twist. I like the music.
So was this filmed already?
I don't know. This
feels theatrical.
It does feel a little this part does at least. Go ahead and drop your predictions for this next match for the War Raiders. Oh, here's some of the vignettes. This is a shout out to some of the vignettes they've been doing. SmackDown and Raw. So let us know who you got. Raiders or Street Profits. That was good. This is an interesting...
yes, I'm not sure what's going on right now.
You were missing a really great part of this. They threw one of the Viking Raiders onto Braun Strowman's newly fixed car and cracked his windshield. Oh. And then they started fighting with a theatrical view, and one of them grabbed a bowling ball, as you could see. The others grabbed golf clubs and an axe, and
who knows what's going on.
This has been a great storyline between these four, though, and is this headed out to the ring? Okay.
The bowling ball is still there. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is going on?
He's dreaming.
Well, I get it. I mean, in general. I thought this was going to be like an actual in-ring match. Maybe this is why it went on next to last, because it's a theatrical match.
That's a good point. Oh no, he's bowling right to him.
This is just getting. This is getting. I don't even know what the word is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
now we're talking.
This has been good.
So is this like a cinematic?
Cinematic, yeah.
I just told Cole that.
Before the match.
I don't know.
No,
but
this kind of looks
I
like
think
this
this
is
is
the
it.
match. They're kind of reminiscing through some of the vignettes and
Okay.
playing back into it. He just rolled a bowling ball into an area
Between the leg shot.
bowling style.
So we're gonna have 2 cinematic matches to end the night, huh?
Looks like it.
Let us know what you guys think of this cinematic match so far.
Has there been a referee?
No, not
Or
yet.
No bell or anything?
No.
Maybe
They just showed him brawling at first.
maybe it'll end in the ring.
I don't know. I bet this was pre-shot. I bet that's why we're getting this next to last because it's a theatrical match.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but if they go out to the ring, all they have to do is just have them switch to live when they
No,
come out
I
of the
know.
curtains.
I know, but I just mean for like maybe flow of the card, they I like it. Andrew says Miz and Morrison are going to be blamed for the Braun car incident.
He said we outside fam already.
I love me some Montez Ford. He's great. What? There's a car, motorcycles.
What do we got going here?
Any predictions? There's like a biker gang.
Are they gonna fight the biker gang together?
Who? Who is that? Someone's face.
The Nexus.
Nexus. A short guy.
It looks like Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, that is Akira Tozawa. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
Is it?
Yeah. Yep.
What's he doing?
The Akira Tozawa biker gang. the ninja biker
Ninjas.
gang.
What is this?
Speaking Japanese, anything you can do, we can do.
We
better.
can do better.
Well, this took a turn.
Check. This is to the basketball.
What is
Now they're having
what is going on?
between the.
Thomas, I'm with you. He says they've lost me. Matt, I can't move the TV so you can see it again. We said at the beginning of the show we can't broadcast this because of copyright purposes. Stacy, I'm with you. I'm very confused right now.
I'm enjoying it so far.
So now they're gonna team up and take on the ninja biker gang.
No, what's this?
Oh, he's got the
Oh.
He's got the juice. Oh, no,
Viking Profits.
The Viking.
And it had a
Profits.
whole logo for it. That's awesome.
And then Akira Tozawa's gonna get squashed again.
Something. But who are the other 6 bikers?
We want the smoke. I'm so confused. I mean, is he gonna make smoke out of his hand? What is he?
Okay. So we don't figure out who these other guys are. They're just
They're probably just
NXT guys?
standing.
other enhancement talent, if you will.
he
He hit him with the chicken leg.
Oh my goodness.
What are we seeing?
This is like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle scene.
Is there seriously like Japanese
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on.
sound effects?
They're trying to replicate a funny cinematic match like they did with Stadium Stampede.
match.
This has been funny.
It's funny. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think they were gonna top the Stadium Stampede, man. Oh
No.
my goodness.
Ooh.
This reminds me of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fight scene, though.
It's great.
It's got some like old school A-Team transition,
Yeah.
like the
Or like Three Ninjas.
And then, yep.
Brian.
Akira Tozawa gets squashed once again.
Brian says probably Barry Horowitz, Mike Sharp, Frogman, LeBlanc, and Brooklyn Brawler.
What?
Whoa!
Yes.
What was that?
Is that
So
the
now,
end?
now they're a faction.
By our powers combined, we are Viking prophets.
Oh, Tozawa's still alive. Nobody left. Who?
There's Jordans on that
Big dude. Big dude.
Super Shredder.
Black dude. Who?
Shaq?
No.
That's a masked dude.
Who is that?
He's massive. No, he's not fat enough to be Shaq.
Titus O'Neil?
No, too big. He Tozawa goes up to his waist. That man's massive, and he has a sword.
And he has a sword.
What? He's using the sword on the chicken leg?
Yeah, Brian says Zeus. That's what I thought too, but I think it's
He just used the force on the chicken leg.
It's Thor. Thor with the
Thor.
hammer.
Oh, yeah, Thor's hammer. Okay. Yeah. What are we watching? Who is that guy? Will we ever know?
Wait, wasn't there a tall NXT guy at one point that he's like?
Maybe so. Maybe that's who it is. And
Hold on.
the Viking.
They're all
prophets are
going
running
upstairs.
away, going up to the top of a trailer.
Giant Jordan Amogabihan debuts at NXT Lakeland event, 7'3".
Well, that's him.
Jordan
Sure.
Amogbihan.
Wow.
You can Google him.
That's a big old boy.
This is definitely him. If you look at pictures of him, like literally, I just Googled the words "tall NXT guy." Like Google it. It's definitely him.
Let's see what they're saying.
Now they're arguing who beat the ninjas. Yep. Slaps.
Back to fighting. Okay.
All right. Viking prophets are now disbanded.
Meanwhile,
The Viking Prophets lasted a whole one match against ninjas.
not even a whole match. 6 minutes.
Okay,
maybe?
off the trailer?
Running
Yeah!
bulldog
Into the
a
dumpster?
dumpster. What? So he's the only one left.
Air Ivar.
No.
What's the hand shaking? Oh, yeah, Jordan, I agree. I mean, it's funny. I'm just
And let me guess.
confused in multiple ways what's going on at any given
Is
point.
a garbage truck going to come now and take him away? Oh, it was a dream? Oh, they're dreaming.
You're not, though.
Oh, that's been the gimmick lately.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I wonder if it's because he's married and he's not, and they just kind of are playing off that.
So Ivar's dreaming in the trash bin. And there's a referee. Okay. Not so much. So now the referees think Ivar's cute. What are we watching?
Star Wars? This is a Star Wars thing where it's going to close in on them?
Well, I think that my dump truck might be coming to get it. No, there's a monster in there. You're right. What the heck? It's like an octopus tentacle.
That's what Star Wars was.
Yeah. What in the world did we just watch? That was it?
Wait. They said their match is next, though. So does that mean that they actually have a real match coming, too?
Is that a way to like extend the pay-per-view?
I'm enjoying, like, I'm with Jordan and Brian. Even if that is the end of it, I enjoyed that a ton. I thought that was hilarious. I hope there is a real match too, because that would be awesome. But that was entertaining. I mean, that's what they're meant to do, right? Is to entertain. That definitely was entertaining. What are your guys' thoughts?
It was interesting
that was not
for
what
sure.
I was expecting. It was entertaining. I agree.
So I think I might have to, I don't know, take the entire TV out of my camera or turn the volume down because I got a Facebook notification. WWE blocked your video because it may contain content they own.
Oh, they're on to us. It does
Well.
show us live, but it doesn't tell me who's all on. So
Let's see.
Breaking the law.
Well, not really. I mean, can't see anything.
There's all kinds of YouTubers that.
Yep.
Stream
Brian says,
audio.
did anyone else's Facebook live feed go dead-eyed to get on YouTube?
Oh, okay. Maybe it was a Facebook thing. I've seen a lot of YouTube. Okay, so no Raw.
no
champ-
actual tag match. Okay.
Okay, so it's really just let's just have some fun.
That's an interesting placement on the card, though, for that. Oh, are we going to see the botch here?
Oh, Kevin Owens.
He was at commentary.
Oh, okay.
Here's where he said there was a botch on the pin. His shoulders are down there.
You see the ref pointing at his shoulders, telling him to put him down. So it wasn't like the ref was counting when. His
I
shoulders
definitely
were
see
up.
what he was talking about on
Okay.
the botch, but
Yeah,
the shoulders were down when the pin actually happened.
Andrade looked like he was actually legit hurting from that, so he probably wasn't thinking about his shoulders.
Or he was overselling.
Oh, that's true. They kind of went a little bit different with the Extreme Rules logo this time around.
Yeah, it's kind of got like a psychedelic vibe to it.
This almost kind of reminds me of like
Like an old school.
well, it kind of reminded me of what they do with the AEW intro, where they have all the smoke and stuff, different colors coming out. Extreme Rules.
What if we
And
were?
no, after Extreme Rules in August, that's SummerSlam, right? August.
Yes.
Okay.
SummerSlam's August. It's a bummer.
YouTube.
So we have the greatest wrestling match ever up now. Edge versus Randy Orton. Go ahead and get your predictions in if you're still with us on YouTube. Let us know who do you think is going to win the greatest wrestling match ever.
You think this is gonna take place actually like in the Performance Center ring, like where you are watching it live, but pre-taped live, kind of? Or do you think it's gonna be?
So it's supposed to be an actual wrestling match, so I would assume that means it has to be in a ring.
Well, yeah,
I would assume it's just been pre-taped.
right.
Probably due to the length of it, making sure that everything hit crisp. And
Yeah.
when you give it the title as the greatest wrestling match ever. I think you have to make sure that it's edited when it comes to this match because, as you can see, there might have been one who tore his tricep. I mean,
because they can't have the greatest wrestling match ever live.
Right. Yeah. Who would ever have thought that? I'm in the I got Edge in this match. I think both of you went Orton.
Yeah, I went Orton.
So I'm in the minority here.
I like how on Wikipedia I just pulled up the card. The Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders did not start. That's all it says.
Oh, that was the match outcome. Did not start. DNS.
Yeah, Mr. Ryan, we
contest.
Yeah, Mr. Ryan, we appreciate it. Yeah, we know what happened. Which I don't understand why, because I mean it's not like it's you can see a minimal amount on my screen, and I don't think audio. If you guys can, let me know if you guys on your end can hear any audio that is being picked up, might be being picked up. There we go, by our microphones. That's the only thing I can think of, but
I've only heard a couple times where it went through my headphones.
Yeah, so. I don't know, but
well, the other funny thing about that is for it to even catch it, there's certain things within the sound effects that it has to hear. So I got a buddy who DJs, and he does a lot of like Instagram lives, and he has to make sure that he talks over or scratches a lot on parts that have lyrics in it because it'll catch. But
there went Austin's camera.
Austin has gone black. He has faded to black.
Faded to black.
Alistair kicked him in the face. So who gets?
You can pick it up if you want.
Yeah.
He's like,
actually, yeah, no, it's fine.
He's like, I'll go black.
I'll just be black.
Here, I'll tell you what, guys. I think we are going to call the show, and we're just going to finish the pay-per-view out on our end. So you few people that are still watching us on YouTube, we appreciate you tuning in. Sorry this happened, and we'll catch you guys live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Catch you guys tomorrow.
And so, goodbye. And good night. Bang!
This podcast was a presentation of LightUpMedia.fm.